Hey, and welcome to episode 3 of the Brink of Sanity. I'm Jay.
23, I think. Yeah. Hi, I'm Bry. I survived. I'm still alive.
Bry is back and alive from his Vegas trip. We'll get to that in a little bit.
We might even save it for next week. We have so much going on this week. We'll just make everybody wait.
Lots to do.
Big
Lots.
cliffhanger. We'll build everything up. Keep building it up. And then I'll
I got,
disappoint.
I got nothing, but we'll still not bring it up. I started a new hobby this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
What'd you do?
Well, you ever get those emails where it says like you won this random selection lottery for $1 million?
Oh, the Australian lottery, yeah.
Where there's like, oh my, I got one recently. My partner died, and he has the same last name as you, and so the money's stuck, and we need you to, transfer the money, and we'll give you like a portion of it. Blah blah blah.
Oh, very nice of them. I get those all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I've been getting a lot of them lately, and a lot of them have been finding the Brink of Sanity show emails.
Yeah, I noticed there's a lot of spam in my email box.
I thought the last one was funny because his partner had the same last name as me, yet he worked in Malaysia. I'm like, really? There's a McKenna in Malaysia? Interesting. So my new hobby is to pretend I'm interested and see how much of their time I can waste going back and forth with emails with them.
Oh, yeah, I remember you started this hobby one or two shows ago. I remember you mentioning it.
Yeah, but now it's like,
Full-fledged.
oh, it's full fledged now. I got three of these guys going at the same time.
Nice.
And they're sending me paperwork.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So what I did is I started after the second email back and forth. The next time I replied, I changed every time he wrote my name. I changed it to Bobby Drake, which is Iceman from the X-Men.
Hmm.
And I've been leaving like subtle X-Men references in the email. Uh,
Hmm.
and the last time he said, it was the Malaysia guy, and he's like, well, you may have to come to Malaysia to sign something. We're not sure yet. And I'm like, wow, I haven't traveled that far since I was studying at Professor Xavier's school. And, he wrote me back, and he
I take
sent
it that's an X-Men reference because that went right over my head.
Professor X. You know Professor X.
No.
Really? You
Yeah.
haven't seen the X-Men movies?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, he's
I'm
like
like the only one.
he's the bald dude that's the leader of the X-Men.
Oh, okay.
So then I got the paperwork today, and he wanted me to fill it out and scan it and email it back to him. I can't mail it to him because this is all like secret stuff. I can't believe people actually fall for this because he sent me something with like a seal on it, and then he wants me to like print it out, fill it out, and then scan it. And like the point of the seal is to have it on the original paper. Like if you photocopy it, it's not valid anymore.
Right.
And it says Department of Justice, and it doesn't say like anything else. It's just like this fake seal, which is really funny. So
Huh.
anyway, I filled it out with all of Iceman's info. Um, for a couple issues in the X-Men, he quit and he became an accountant. So for occupation, I put accountant/hero.
Okay.
I Wikipedia'd the X Mansion's address, so I put the real address for Professor Xavier's school.
Okay.
This is the really good part. You're gonna like this. For the telephone number, I put our show's voicemail on it. So if he calls the question any of it, he'll get our voicemail, and then it'll be recorded so that we can, you know, uh,
Excellent.
make fun of it.
Excellent. That was very nice. Very good idea.
So I did scan and send back that last one, and I put a copy of it on the forums for everyone to look at.
Oh, very nice.
And I will continue to do so with other ones. I did another one at the same time, but that was pretty much the same stuff as this one, so I didn't double post it. But I think the next time I might pick a different X-Man. I might be the Beast, and we'll see how that one goes.
You could definitely fund the whole X-Men revival here.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think this is gonna get pretty funny. I really hope these guys start leaving voicemails and stuff because that would just make my day.
I doubt they will because they don't want to get recognized or anything since it's a scam. But you never know; it might happen. They
Right. Well,
might be stupider than we think they are.
they asked for my passport ID. So maybe if that doesn't check out or something, they might call to confirm that. You know, it's filled up with like 69, 420, and all those good numbers. So,
69, dude.
so I did a pretty good job on this.
So you'd have to think though that like over there in like the not Middle East, in Asia, where they're all nerds anyway, you got to think somebody over there would be an X-Man fan and figure it out. But
You would think, but I already put Bobby Drake, which like if you're a big X-Men fan, you're gonna know that right off the bat. And then Professor Xavier is like, I'm surprised you didn't know that one. That's pretty common. So.
yeah, no, that one went right over me. I don't know anything about superheroes or comic books. I know Batman and Superman. That's about it. And all I know are their names and where they're from and who their girlfriends are.
They're boring.
Yeah, that's all I know.
You don't even know Spider-Man?
No, Peter Parker, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's all I know.
That's...
I never saw any of those movies either.
Yeah.
Those movies don't do it for me. Although I did like the Iron Man movie, I will give you that.
Iron Man was definitely the best out of all of them. I would say second best is probably the Christian Bale Batman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that was really good.
And then maybe like the first Batman with Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
A lot of them stink though. I'm not gonna lie. Hellboy was good, but I didn't even know that was a comic until I saw it.
I was gonna just say that they were hyping up Hellboy 2, and until 5 seconds ago, I don't know anybody that saw Hellboy 1.
Yeah, I'm one of the few who did, and I thought it was gonna be stupid, but I Netflixed it anyway, and it was actually pretty good.
What's this Hancock character supposed to be?
I think it's just a made up character.
I mean, is this what's this movie supposed to be about? I keep hearing about it.
He's like kind of like the anti superhero. He's kind of like I got an attitude and a chip on my shoulder, but I have superpowers.
Yeah. And he's
black. And he's black. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but the guy who directed Very Bad Things is directing it, so I got to give it a shot. Don't have terribly high expectations for it, though.
Right. Can't say I blame you.
We got a good 4 weeks in a row. We got the Hulk, and then Hancock, and then Hellboy 2, and then the new Batman. So that's
when's Batman come out?
The 18th.
Oh, okay.
I think the 11th is Hellboy.
That'll probably be the only movie I see this summer in the movie theater.
Yeah, I usually see about 2 a year, and I already saw Iron Man, so I might go see Batman as my second one. I don't know.
I can't see it for I won't be able to see it for a month after it's been out, though, just because I can't deal with people in the movie theater.
Oh, it's so not worth it seeing it in the first weekend. I mean, everyone's so obnoxious.
Yeah. I go Sunday morning, 4 weeks after it's been out. I usually wait in the summer if I want to see a quote unquote blockbuster. I usually wait 2 blockbusters later till I go see it.
Yeah, no, that's a very good idea. And then you see a weird time, like a 2 in the afternoon show.
Yeah, Sunday 11 o'clock.
You got to be careful which movie it is, though. If you see Sunday at 11, but it's an animated movie, you're gonna.
Oh yeah, well I haven't seen an animated movie in a long time.
Yeah, I think the last animated movie I saw in the theaters was Monsters Inc., and I was miserable because there was so many kids in there, and the kids in the row right in front of me got up and down every 10 minutes for the entire movie.
I think the last animated movie I saw in the theaters was Transformers the movie.
Really?
No, it has to be later than that. I haven't seen any of those animated computer animation movies or anything like that. I saw Shrek, the first one, but I didn't see it in the theater. I saw it on video.
Yeah, same here. I think I saw the second one on video too. I didn't see the third one yet.
I never saw Toy Story or any of those movies.
Toy Story was good. There's not a whole lot of really good ones. I saw the Ninja Turtles one. I mean, I saw a lot of them, but not a lot of them were good.
Right.
So anyway, that's my hobby now. I do this whenever I'm free at work and they aren't giving me any work. I decide to waste all these scammers' times, and you can't feel bad about it because they're trying to scam people out of money. So it's a win-win thing. I get a good laugh. I got like 3 people at work are like following these antics now, and they're laughing their asses off. One of them was the Wikipedia research person was sending me the X-Men Mansion address and stuff. So
Oh, you have like a whole team going there.
yeah, it's a team effort now. This is turning into like a full-time thing.
It's like an X-Men team.
Yeah. So I really hope they start leaving some voicemails. We can make it like a bit on the show if these people start calling up getting angry and stuff. With
Hello,
this,
Mr. Blake. Your passport number. I can't do accents, so I don't know what that was supposed to be.
well, what I think they're going to do with that one is they're going to approve all of it because they're idiots, and then they're going to just go for it. They're going to try and get my bank account number and routing number, and then I'm going to start being. I'm going to do one really blatant X-Men thing. I'm going to just tell them like we got to hurry this up because Magneto's attacking or something. And then if he still doesn't get it, then I'm just going to write a nasty rant that's going to be like 4 pages long about how stupid he is and I want to murder him. We'll see. He's got one more shot, and then I'm going to destroy him.
How quick is the like back and forth? Like, do you hear from him right away, or?
Usually the next day, or like late at night, because maybe he really is in Malaysia.
Yeah.
It's actually, I think it's coming from a China email address, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually I email him in the afternoon, and I'll get something back like late night, early morning. So
He's got to hurry up because he's got to scam the Olympic people in August. So.
Mm-hmm. I wonder. I mean, this must work for a lot of people if they're, if they got forms ready and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
like me, if I was trying to do something like this, I wouldn't expect it to work, so I wouldn't even have these forms ready.
Right.
It is the cheesiest form. You can check it out on the forums, brinkofsanityshow.com/forum, and it is ridiculous.
I'm gonna open that up right now.
Fake seals and lines for commissioners and attorneys to sign and stuff. It's great.
Oh my! Federal Ministry of Justice Selangor. At least I spelled all the words wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
David. Yeah.
Get notarized and all that shit too, probably.
I think I don't think I have to do any of that. He just said fill it out and send it.
Accountant/hero.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I figured that was subtle enough where he might just overlook that. So, and then I went on Wikipedia to find out his nationality. This is all like real Iceman info right here.
I can't believe there's actually information for Iceman. That's kind of...
I know, right? So, that's going to be a running bit on the show now.
I like that. That's a pretty creative idea. How's the video game world record thing going?
I was actually busy this weekend. I did order the computer, though. I said I was going to stream the Nintendo into the new computer so I can record it easier. Mm-hmm. So the computer is ordered, and it'll be here, they said, between the 3rd and 10th. So it could show up as early as tomorrow.
Yep.
In which case, I will continue my video game thing this weekend.
A big holiday weekend.
Actually, I got to throw a party for my girlfriend's birthday on Saturday, so I'll probably just be drunk all weekend. But yeah, so it probably won't happen this weekend either way. But
all right,
do
it on your birthday.
Yeah, I'll do that all on my birthday. And then it's like my 1-year anniversary thing the next day. So.
Oh God.
I know. So yeah, I'm busy all weekend. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that crap.
Hold on, I gotta wipe away a few tears from my eye. Hold on.
The only reason I'm celebrating it is because it's also her birthday, so it's kind of like a double, guilt.
Jay, you're such a heartthrob, such a romantic.
It is pretty amazing. So.
I never knew you had this kind of caring side to you.
I try and keep it on the down low. I mean,
you're always so cold-hearted. Oh no, wait, that's me. That's always so cold-hearted. Sometimes I confuse us.
I'm usually a bitter, miserable frump, but wouldn't be good for the podcast if I was too happy anyway.
That's true.
But speaking of you, I wanted to play this real quick, and just listen to this.
What's that?
Hey, it's Brian from Las Vegas, and I'm at the airport waiting for my plane. This is my first and only message to the voicemail. Vegas was great. I could barely move and barely keep my eyes open, but heading home in one piece so far, and listen to this week's show, and I will have stories. All right, bye.
Who was
Really?
that?
Really, that was you.
Oh,
So
I
you
don't
go
remember
to
that.
you go to Vegas with
Yeah.
4 girls,
Yeah.
and this is what we get.
Well, when you go to Vegas with 4 girls, then you could leave the voicemails.
I will, and I will.
Okay, then.
But I mean, now we got to play 498 questions because
All right.
you didn't give us any info. So, I'll make them easy. I'll make them all yes or no,
Okay.
and I'll just rapid fire them. And
Before we get to the Vegas portion, though, can I just make an opening statement?
yeah, sure.
Okay. I would just like to thank MMC. She doesn't want her real name to be divulged, even though I think everybody knows what it is. For the invitation out there, and thanks for bringing me, and had a great time. It was a lot of fun, and I can't go back to Vegas unless the room is free again. But in all seriousness, MMC, thanks for having me. I had a great time, and your friends weren't too annoying. They were annoying, but not too annoying. And I owe you, so if you ever need anything, give me a call. Let me know. All right, thanks. Okay, time for questions and answers.
All right, we got 498 of them.
Okay.
The show is going to be 3.5 hours long, and it's all your fault for not leaving voicemail. I prepared for this. I figured you weren't gonna, so
Okay.
as soon as you left, I started writing questions,
Cool.
and I wrote one a minute until you came back.
Cool. All right.
Yeah,
These are yes or no's?
they're all yes or no's unless otherwise specified.
Okay.
Did you shave your beard for the trip?
No.
Did you play poker when you were there?
No.
Did
Unfortunately. I wanted to, but I didn't make it.
Did you gamble at all?
Yes.
Did you lose money?
Yes. For the overall, yes.
Did you lose so much that you had to sell your car?
No.
Did
I actually lost less than I planned to lose, so it's kind of like winning.
So you didn't weep when you lost your money?
No. It went away pretty easily. I took it like a man.
Did you... I actually didn't write down any questions. So.
It sounded like you were reading. You had me for a minute.
Yeah. If I stutter, I'm making up like all these questions just on the spot. So
That's fine.
yeah. Did you share a bed with any of the women you were with? The 4 women you stayed with?
I did on the last night, yes. Because one of the women ran off from the group and ended up staying at a slot machine from about 10 o'clock at night till 8 o'clock in the morning.
Jesus.
So what happened was we broke up into 2, and I came back. I was up in the room, and the other 2 came back, and one of them was yelling about the one that didn't come back. And they said, that's it. And those 2 were sharing a room. And she said, I don't want her sleeping in here. She's taking the couch. Brian, you could take one of the beds if you want. So I ended up, taking one of the beds. And I shared a king-size bed with one of them. And then it turned out that girl never ended up coming back, so she didn't even know that she got booted out of her bed.
Did you sleep with any of the women?
No, I did not.
Did you put your penis in their mouth?
No, I did not, unfortunately.
In their hand?
No.
On their feet?
No.
Did you pick up a hooker while you were in Vegas?
No.
Did you pick up?
Actually, I didn't even see any. I was on the lookout for them, but I didn't really see too many of them, or any
Did
of them, I
you
should say.
pick anybody up while you were in Vegas?
No.
Did you do anything that would elicit a interesting response?
No, not really. It was kind of a tame weekend. It wasn't the very bad things weekend or the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas weekend. It was just kind of a.
That's
It was
because you
actually
didn't go with me.
well, yeah, and I mean, the group I went with was kind of eclectic. There was I was the only one who gambled and drank. MMC is a big gambler, very big gambler, but she's not really a drinker. So we gambled together, and I tried to get her drunk, and didn't really go too well. And one of the women just wanted to walk around and see the sights. Another one didn't really know what she wanted to do. She was kind of all over the place. She was whatever. She's the one that ended up on the slot machine for 12 hours. She was one of those people that had a theory about slot machines and how long you have to play until you win and this and that.
And how'd that work out?
She didn't make any money. I think she lost quite a bit of money when we finally found her at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Wah, wah, wah.
And then the fifth person was the sort of whoever was going off alone she went with kind of person,
Right.
So it was kind of a tame weekend in terms of drinking and gambling. But in all honesty, I mean, if you're playing, drinks are free. But if you're not playing, they're pretty expensive. I mean, you live in New York, so you're probably used to that, but I'm not. So I would only try to drink when I played, and we had a minibar in the room. And Saturday night, I drank an entire bottle of white wine. And then we had to go see a show, and I was prying my eyes open at the end of the show because I was passing out in front of everybody. We went to a show. It was at 10:30 Vegas time, which was about 1:30 here, and I drank an entire bottle of Pinot Grigio because we came home and there was a big spread on our dining room table from a host or something, and whoever she knew, I don't know the story. I don't know where it came from. So I poured myself a glass, offered everybody else one. They didn't want any. Drank it. Poured myself another glass. Poured myself another glass. Before I knew it, the whole bottle was gone. I drank the entire bottle.
Nice. So what show did you see?
What?
What show did you see?
We saw Cirque du Soleil.
Oh, cool. How was it?
It was cool. It was really trippy. It was a lot of acrobats and stuff, and
I've seen two different Cirque du Soleils. I just haven't seen that one. That was the water one, right?
Yeah, the water one. It was really cool. I mean, there were some creepy characters in it, but it was really cool watching the acrobats and it's just them jumping around into this the stage are like close with water.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was really cool. I was very impressed with it. There was 75 people in the show too. It was a huge cast. Some of the stuff they were doing was just holy shit.
Yeah. The two I saw were crazy too, and full of creepy characters.
I'd like to have some of the half of the drugs that the guy who makes that shit is on at the time.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, just speaking of that, did you see they had an article that came out 2 days ago that said there's no bad effects to shrooms?
I did see part of that, yeah. And finally, somebody who's on our side.
Everyone had spiritual effects, and it lasted the good effects of it lasted for years. And, they just had a better state of mind for years afterwards.
Yeah, I heard about that. So that's good news.
Yeah, I was enjoying that article.
Step in the right direction, anyway. So it was basically a good first time to go to Vegas because I learned where everything is. We walked the Strip. I know where all the places are, most of them. We didn't go to some of the fancier ones that are off the Strip, but I didn't lose a ton of money, and I didn't drink myself into a coma, which is good, and I didn't end up married. That's the most important.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of gambling, a lot of walking. It was 110 on Monday, 108 on Sunday, 109 on Saturday, and I think 106 on Friday. And at night, it gets down to a cool 89 degrees.
It was like 86 here, and I was like at the point of tears.
It was 110 on Monday, and if you're ever talking about Vegas and they say, oh, it's hot, and somebody says, well, it's a dry heat, tell them, yeah, well, my fucking oven is dry too, and it's hot because it's hot.
Bullshit,
And
right?
it makes your lips chap, and it makes your nose just get all stuffy and crusty.
Yeah, I can't imagine 109 being comfortable. I don't care if there's no humidity. Like, that's fucking hot. I don't
We
get
didn't see a cloud until like Monday morning. It was cloudy, and that was like the only time that the sky wasn't like bright blue.
Cool.
And I will also say that I got to my flight got in on time, and their flight was a little late, so I probably had like a good 25 to 30-minute wait, just a baggage claim, like waiting for them to land to get off the plane or whatever. And in that time, I saw more beautiful women than I've seen in my entire life.
Really?
I mean, there was just maybe it's like the glare from the sun that melts your brain and screws up your like sense of whatever. But I didn't see an ugly. Even the ugly ones are hot in Vegas. I don't know what it is. There's just so many beautiful women and all shapes and sizes and heights and different, blondes, brunettes, redheads. Just like culture shock. I was like, after like a day and a half, I was just like, oh boy. Then laying out by the pool for one day on Sunday, I was just like, oh, geez, I got to get in the water here. I need to cool off.
Yeah, I guess after seeing all the New England slobs that are around here, it's,
Yeah.
bunch
Oh,
of-
and I also have an announcement. We discussed this a couple of weeks ago, I think, and I am surrendering. I have officially lost the flip-flop battle. It's everywhere. At the airport in Hartford, everybody have flip-flops. Vegas, everybody flip-flops. Airport coming home, flip-flops are everywhere. I lost the battle.
So you're just going to accept them from now on?
I'm putting up my white flag. I would like to start negotiations. I would like to make a nice compromise on this issue. If anybody wants to negotiate with me, I will allow flip-flops for shorts, but please just don't wear flip-flops with pants. I think that's a fair...
I think that's very fair, actually.
I think that's a fair treaty that we can sign, and we can all live in happiness and with shorts and flip flops and pants and shoes.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that's very fair.
But I'm throwing in the towel on that because I'm just defeated. I was overwhelmed. Everybody at the airport. I'm in Hartford, and I'm just like sitting there, and like everybody's walking by flip flops, and I'm just like, I mean, maybe they only did it. Maybe they did it just because it's easier to get through security, but.
Well, and they all probably listen to the podcast and were trying to piss you off.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, ever since you said that a couple episodes ago, I've noticed them a lot more.
They're everywhere.
Just got that 2 degrees warmer that made everyone wear them, or I'm just like looking out for them more now, but yeah.
It's bad. I can't believe how many people have them now.
It is amazing. So, well, I was just about to ask you something, and then I totally forgot.
And I forgot to look up on... I wanted to see in Very Bad Things what hotel they stayed at, even though they probably didn't really show it. I wanted to check that out.
Yeah, I don't think they showed it, actually. We could probably figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't know. You'd have to, like, go there, though, and then, like, figure it out, and then book the hotel.
Yeah. I only saw... I saw Johnny Chan, the poker player.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only famous person I saw. We had a little VIP area, like a little lobby, and we'd like go in there. Every time you could go in there and like get drinks, like water or soda or coffee or wine, like and they had like a little spread with cookies and stuff. We went in there a bunch of times for various things, and there was one time I was just standing around and we were waiting to check in, I think, and there was these 3 like goofy looking guys like in golf clothes. And they were like, they kept like staring at this guy and like nudging each other, like, ooh, look at him. And he walked right by me, and I wasn't really paying attention. I looked up, and I was like, I think that's Johnny Chan. And then I looked at those guys, and they were kind of like, hooting and hollering to each other. So I have to think that was probably him.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard somebody say that the 3rd floor at the Bellagio is all suites. They're villas. They're like, they got voted like the best suite in Las Vegas. I don't remember exactly like what's in it, but It got voted number one suite. Anyway, I heard somebody say that the Celtics were staying in the villas. Now I don't know if that's like the whole team or just one guy or just a bunch of Irish guys or whatever. But so word on the street is that the Celtics were there. But
you didn't run into any 7-foot
we came home one night. We were in the elevator and there was this black guy who was kind of tall, but not tall enough to be a basketball player, and he was with a couple of girls. And I heard him say, like, we got to get to the villas, and then somebody said we forgot our key. So he was probably like somebody's entourage or something, like, hey, go get us some hose,
Right.
or get us some blow or something, who knows?
Yeah, I don't think you'd miss Kevin Garnett if you saw him.
Yeah. I mean, some of the other people I might not notice, but the big three, I'm sure I would notice. But I also know that the Olympic team was in Las Vegas over the weekend for a practice, but I didn't. We didn't see any of them either. I don't think any of the girls got raped by Kobe Bryant or got into a car with Carmelo Anthony. So
that probably means they weren't in Vegas that weekend. Because after the finals, I'm sure Kobe's raping everyone.
Yeah.
You could probably map out where the path from Boston to his house rape claims.
And then we were in Caesar's Palace on Friday night, and there was a sign. I don't remember if it was in a casino or if it was by one of the restaurants or by one of the bars. There was a big sign that said, Friday, June 27th, Khloe Kardashian will be here celebrating her birthday. Like, yeah, great. Let's get out of here.
Who is that?
That's one of, it's Kim Kardashian, that fat ass one with the sex tape with the black guy where she gets peed on. It's her sister.
Whoa, what?
Kim Kardashian, the chick with the huge ass?
No, I have no idea who that is.
She's one of those, like, Paris Hilton girls. She's famous for not doing anything.
Okay.
She had a sex tape out. That's, like, how people got to know her, because she nailed some black guy, some rapper's, like, brother. One of those black female rappers' brothers. I forgot who. And
that's supposed to be noteworthy?
Well, word on the internet is that she also, like, he peed on her in the movie. I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't seen it. But now they have a reality show, and Khloe is like one of the younger sisters or something. It's just a bunch of like fat ass like girls that sit around and talk about tanning and shit. Real life problems.
Okay. I guess so. If you get fucked on tape, like you're famous now.
Well, she was sort of famous before that, but she's just one of those like Paris Hilton, like famous for like being rich and being out with people like that. Like I think she was like good friends with Paris Hilton. That's how everybody figured out who she was. And her father was like one of OJ's lawyers, but he's dead now. So.
Oh, okay. That's
Kardashian. I don't remember what his first name was, but.
And it wasn't R. Kelly that peed on her.
No, he only likes little boys, little girls.
Oh, that's who he pees on. All right.
Yeah.
I'm getting all these peers mixed up.
A lot of golden showers out there.
Yeah, I didn't know that was the thing to do, but apparently it is.
Yeah, I'll have to try that sometime.
So I heard that you weren't so innocent in Vegas. My sources are telling me that.
You have sources?
I have sources, and I don't know if you're holding out on these stories, or I gotta get new sources, or what's going on here? Seems to be a discrepancy in stories.
I don't know who your sources are. You might just trying to trap me here.
No, I'm well connected.
Well, why don't you tell me what you know, and I'll tell you if that's true or false.
All I heard is Bry wasn't so innocent in Vegas. That's what I heard.
Well, I don't know anything about that. I answered all the questions, honestly.
Maybe I'm not asking the right questions.
Maybe you're not. I don't know.
We still have 465 questions to go.
Better get that notebook out.
I know. Yeah. Through my list here.
Turning fake pages. I love it.
You're so on to me. That was actually my scan of Iceman's application.
Oh.
What else did I forget to ask? I can only think of like lame questions.
It's gonna be like an interrogation. You're just gonna ask me the same thing but worded differently, like 100 times.
Yeah. When you said you didn't sleep with the people you stayed with, does that mean you were in bed but you didn't sleep because you were fucking?
No, I was in bed and I slept.
Um, were there communal showers during this trip? Like, did
No,
you shower with other people at the same time?
not at the same time. No.
Did you change in the same room with naked dancing?
No. I feel like I'm on the moment of truth here. Ow.
These answers are lame. Well, at least you're telling the truth. But
Yeah. We could start over and I could lie. I could make some funny stuff up.
did you pee on anybody?
Not intentionally, no. There might have been some accidental spraying, but
Did you witness any illegal activity? Not necessarily by your group, just in general.
um, I think I saw a homeless guy smoking weed.
Yeah. Did you murder that homeless person?
No, it was hot enough out there for him.
Did you steal his weed and shove it in his eye socket?
No.
Did you kick any little kids in the forehead?
Almost, but no.
Did you see the YouTube video of those things you sit on and you rock back and forth? They're at playgrounds. You'll sit on like a duck and like you know.
Yeah.
Well, there's a video of a guy bending over with his head right near it, and then his friends, pulling it back and letting it go, and having it hit his head. Did you see that one?
No, I haven't.
All right. Well, it bonked him in the head, and it gave him brain damage.
Ooh, that
Yeah.
hurts.
So then there's a follow-up video of him in the hospital, like with bandages on his head, explaining how he has brain damage now.
I didn't do anything like that.
Did you go to a dance club?
No.
Well, now I have to cross out 47 more questions. So all those are gone.
Oh, I hear the IMs coming.
Oh, you can hear those? God. How come you can hear those? You shouldn't be able to hear this.
I probably heard it through, like, because you're just close to the computer through your mic.
God damn it.
Yeah.
One of our listeners asking him what you did. He wants the dirt, and I'm telling him so far there is no dirt.
There is no dirt. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Well, did anything happen in Vegas? Or
No, not really.
nothing is staying in Vegas.
It was a tame trip.
So now he's saying we should fire you and get Will to do the podcast.
Fine with me.
Will is the guy I do the YouTube videos with, who actually will probably be a guest host in a week or two.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I went to Long Island this weekend, and we hung out, and we had a very, very funny conversation that I actually wish we were recording, because that would have been a really good podcast. And then I said, well, maybe we should record one day. So he's going to be a guest. And,
What's he up to these days?
He is not up to much. He's debating either moving further deeper into Long Island or moving out near me in Brooklyn. Because his girlfriend wants to move out farther into Long Island.
What, Will is going to join the Hamptons?
No, it's like wrong Riverhead, which is like there's absolutely nothing in Riverhead. It's
Where's he now? Port Jeff?
Yeah, Puerto Jeff now. I went back and like apparently it's like Little Mexico now or Little Puerto Rico. So yeah, it's not the greatest. So
they don't wear sandals though. That's the one good thing about them.
That's true. They don't wear sandals. They wear one of the two shirts they own and share with like their 18 brothers and sisters.
Oh, speaking of Puerto Rican people, I have a funny story.
Go for it.
I was at a traffic light last week one day. I don't remember when it was. And there was this Puerto Rican guy next to me in this little piece of shit car. And he had the stereo going, the bass pumping. So I rolled my windows down because I had the metal station on my satellite radio. And I was probably like the front of my car was probably at like the middle of his car.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I rolled down my windows, and I swear to God, I could smell his cologne in my car.
Oh no!
I put the window. I was like, "What the hell?" And then I saw him moving around, and I was like, "Wow, he's got a lot of cologne on tonight."
He just took a shower.
I guess so.
It was probably like the $2 jug of cologne you could get at Kohl's or.
I think it was Axe body spray. He was waiting for some girls to jump on him.
Whereas Zach Galifianakis would say, "I'm from Brooklyn, and there they call it Ask Body Spray." I love that joke.
I love Zach Galifianakis. Wish he didn't make that stupid movie.
Which one?
What Happens in Vegas?
Oh God, that was that a Dane Cook movie?
No, it was Cameron Diaz and Ashton Kutcher, maybe? Somebody? I don't know.
That sounds really awful.
Yeah. Almost.
I don't like how the same people are in every movie.
Yeah, I just read today that Will Ferrell and the guy that plays Borat are making some movie.
Oh God.
I guess weren't they? They were in that race car movie or something. So it's like the same cast.
I thought Will Ferrell was making a movie with not William H. Macy, the guy from maybe it's William H. Macy.
You're thinking of John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly, yeah, isn't he making that?
Yeah, he's probably in it too. I don't know. Oh, I don't think they've made it yet. They just signed on to do it.
Oh, so John C. Reilly one's probably the one that's coming out soon, and then he's making
Probably.
Stop making movies. They're all awful.
Yep.
I went to the beer gardens in Astoria, and I got into a big argument with everyone there about movies. And apparently I'm a lunatic because everyone else liked all these movies.
Oh, yeah?
I almost got kicked out of the bar when I said I didn't like Clerks. I don't get that movie.
That's a hot button.
I thought there was two funny parts, and that was it. I started yelling about Donnie Darko, though. I draw the line there.
I never saw it.
Ugh. Just picture Jake Gyllenhaal with a frowny face, walking around really slowly for like 3.5 hours, and every once in a while he sees a rabbit, and then at the end he gets crushed, and that's it. That's the entire movie.
Huh.
He just walks around like, "Oh, I'm emo, I'm sad," and that's the entire movie. Oh, there's a rabbit, and I'm still sad. The end. That's the whole movie, and people love it.
Interesting.
Yep. Now we got to think of something silly to dislike, so the forums could blow up again, because apparently all these interesting topics get no response. But if you say you don't like sandals, forget it.
Or if anybody else has rodents or anything in their house, we could keep that going.
Yeah.
See, one of our posters had some infestation problems, and wondering if she got that taken care of, or if she just decided to say fuck it and end up having a farm in her house, a reptile zoo.
Well, I guess if you get the right combination of animals, you could have a battle.
There you go. Good versus evil.
Mm-hmm. Get little shields and spears for the mice, and they could battle the snakes. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Film it and make a little documentary on it. Actually, that sounds like a pretty good idea.
Yeah. Not bad at all.
When did it become cool to brag about cutting yourself?
I don't know.
It
I didn't
seems
think it was cool, but I know people talk about it. People just want attention. People are just attention whores, so they either cut themselves or they buy a motorcycle or they fucking, Well, what else do they do? That's all they do.
If you're gonna cut yourself, finish the
Do it.
job and cut your wrists really deeply.
Right.
And remember, you got to go vertically, not horizontally. That's a mistake a lot of you people are making. So cut deep, cut vertically, and then
Just a disclaimer: if you play this podcast backwards, we tell you not to cut yourself.
right. No, we
Like
say
Iron Maiden. The 80s.
yeah. Don't do drugs. Don't do so. Or you could stick a pen into your jugular, and that counts as cutting yourself. You'll be really, really emo if you do that too. So try it out. So you don't want to be like everyone else and make a little superficial scratch on your wrist. I mean, you got to be hardcore, right? You got
I didn't know people actually did that as like a hobby. I thought it was just like loners that were like crying out for attention that did it.
No, they're all like, I got to wear my pain on the outside because my pain is too deep to contain anymore. And so I took this toothpick and made this half-centimeter scratch on my forearm.
Just get a cat. Cat'll scratch you.
Get a cat, smack it in the face,
Yeah.
then stick your arm out. No, stick your face out, please. Go to one of those farms where they're powered by big fans. Stick your arm in one of those.
Yeah.
And then go back to school and shove on your stump.
Fucking kids. There were a lot of kids in Vegas. I couldn't believe it.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like my flight home. I'm so pissed. I'm in line, and you fly Southwest. If you've ever flown Southwest before, you don't get a seat. You have to check in online before your flight, and they give you like a letter and a number, and everybody lines up alphabetically, numerically, and then you just get to go pick your seat. It's like getting on a bus or a train.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in line, and this really hot older woman comes over, and she's in front of me, and she just starts talking to me like out of the blue. Like I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh, all right, whatever. She starts chatting to me, whatever, for like a couple minutes. So we're getting on the plane, and I was like, all right, I'll just sit right behind her, and then I just bother her for the whole flight. So I sit down right behind her, and like I make a joke to her. I was like, all right, don't crush my legs with the seat, And she was waiting for her friend that was at the back of the line. And lo and behold, I get the one plane in the history of aviation that has a attractive heterosexual male flight attendant. And this guy was like all over them the entire flight. I was so pissed. And they were eating it up too. He had like long hair. He kind of looked. He didn't really look like the guy. You ever see Unfaithful?
Yes.
Like the guy that Diane Lane slept with. He didn't really look like him, but he reminded me of him because he had kind of like semi-long hair and he had like a weird accent.
Right.
And like one of them went up to go to the bathroom and he was hovering at the front, like pretending to like be pouring drinks or something. I could tell he was waiting for her to come out because she's in there forever. So she comes out and he starts talking to her, and I could see her like eating it up, and then she comes back and she's talking. She's like, and I was like, oh, great. And then he was coming down the aisle, and he like every time he came by, he would stop and like make a bad joke to them, and then like he came over and started talking, and I was just staring at this guy from behind the seat, like, you fucking asshole. He was like, oh yeah, he's talking like he was from Florida, and he was talking about where he had to spend the night in Connecticut after the flight, and I was waiting for him to like. I think he asked if there was anywhere good to go, and they didn't say anything. They were from like the opposite end of where the airport was, so. But I was so fucking pissed. And then going down, conversely, on our flight to Las Vegas, we had the gayest flight attendant in aviation history.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was just like insanely gay, which. Well, whatever. He was cracking a lot of jokes on the microphone. He actually made a couple of funny ones, but I don't like to give him credit for that. But and there was a couple of cute flight attendants on that one too. But I got stuck next to some Middle Eastern lady who smelled and kept blowing her nose. It's amazing I'm not sick.
And
No Mile High Club either, so not this trip.
No Mile High Club. I think you're gonna have to take another trip to Vegas. Actually,
I think so too.
and I think I'm in on that one.
All right. I have to get a suite though. I can't stay in a regular room now. I'm like spoiled. I have to pay for anything.
Oh yeah, what you get food too?
Well, I mean, we went to the restaurants and we just she just comped everything. She just charged everything to the room and said it was going to be comped, so not to worry about it. I felt bad though. I went to breakfast one morning by the pool. There's a big restaurant next to the pool, and I felt guilty, so I paid cash for my breakfast.
How did everything get comped?
I don't know. Her dad's like a regular down there, a high roller, so
Really?
yeah, he got the suite for her and then her friends, and then I get to crash on the couch, so it was nice.
Wow, that's
Friends in high places.
that is awesome.
Yeah, it was really a really cool experience. We had a great view of the water show at the Bellagio. I don't know if you ever saw it on like any movies or anything. We could see it from our room, and we were right across from the Eiffel Tower, and it was nice. It was cool. I was lucky to go, and I thank you again, MMC. And
How sunburnt are you?
not very. I only stayed out for about an hour and a half. It was just too hot and too boring just sitting there. So like I lay there for like 10 minutes, get up, go in the pool, come back, lay there, get up, go in the pool. I got a little tan, but not too much. No burn.
Sounds like a good
I'll
deal.
get burnt this weekend, so
Sounds like a nice, relaxing trip.
yeah, it was.
Not quite the drunk rampage I was expecting.
No, it wasn't the hell raising weekend. It was more of the getaway weekend. Either one would have been fine with me. I'm probably in better shape now because of it. I'm not like half dead.
Well, the show's not, you selfish bastard.
I tried to get everybody drunk, but nobody wanted to drink.
Ridiculous.
MMC had like 2 daiquiris and was like, "That's it, no more."
God
like, come
damn
on.
it, MMC.
I know. I was like, "Come on."
Damn it.
She thought I was trying to get her drunk to take advantage of her. I was just trying to get her drunk to liven everybody up.
Right. I mean, you don't want to be the only alky in the room, you know? Especially when it's like 4 girls. Like, if the guy gets drunk, then that's just creepy.
There was a downfall to going with 4 women, though. There was a lot of back and forth bickering amongst each other. Actually, it was mostly the first like day till like Saturday morning. There was a little drama between the 2 of them, but it quickly went away.
I bet you were like, oh, great. There goes my...
Well, it was just funny because like that same girl that ended up at the nightclub, not the nightclub, the slot machine a couple nights later. We all came back to the room Friday night, and she like wandered off from the group and never came back. So everybody went to bed, and I was sleeping on the couch, and it was like a little after 12, and I was like, she never came back. So like a nice guy that I am, I was like, well, I'll go down and see if she's, you know, maybe she lost her key or she's lost or whatever, you know. You can't figure out what room we're in. And so I get dressed, and I start to go down there, and I get in the elevator. I get all the way to the bottom, and as I get out, I'm just wearing like a pair of shorts that have like no pockets, so I'm holding everything I need, basically just my key. And I get out the elevator, and I look down, and I grabbed the wrong key. I grabbed my Players Club card, not the room key. So I'm like, oh fuck. So I get back in the elevator, and fortunately, some people were getting in because we had a private elevator that you swipe your key and it takes you to your floor. So I never would have made it back up.
Mm-hmm.
And so I go up, I get my key, I ring the doorbell in the suite because everybody's asleep. I get the right key, I go down, I walk through the entire casino, I walk through the bars, I went through like the restaurant line, I went to the front desk of the lobby. No sign of her. So I get back upstairs, and there she is on the couch. She's like just got in before me. She was like wandering around playing slot machines and like whatever. I don't know what she was doing. So then, so that was like a big issue. I don't know why. She was like, she was yelling because somebody shut their phone off that she was trying to call because she couldn't find the room number. So she was yelling about that. So then the next morning, I brought it up again. I was like, it was, you know, we talked about it. We had a good laugh, blah, blah, blah. She goes in the other room, and I said, oh, yeah, it's a good thing I noticed that I brought the wrong key, or I would have been screwed. I would have been stuck down there with her all night. And she comes back in, and she's like, are you guys talking about me? And I was like, no. It's like, you know, I was saying how I brought the wrong key, and I almost got the luck too. She's like, I thought this whole thing was resolved, and she like stormed out. Then she went to like each individual person except for me, and was like, I thought this issue was resolved. Is there some sort of problem?
Oh, Jesus. Fucking drama queen.
Yeah, but after that, that was like the only real problem. After that, it was like she didn't really care. She was all right,
It's like, shut the fuck up.
basically. Who the hell is that? I don't know. I don't know who that is.
Guess it could have been worse.
Yeah, I could have got punched in the face on the first night and had a black eye the entire time.
Yeah, it's not Panama City.
And it didn't rain the entire weekend.
You only seem to get beat up when I'm around.
Yeah. You only get laid when I'm around.
I think it's a fair exchange.
Oh, yeah. Very fair.
All right, so what else we got? Do we have anything else? Are we done here?
I don't think so. I think that's all I have from Vegas. Let's see. The flights, the show. I saw the Price is Right show. They had like a little show in one of the casinos. It was kind of cool. I didn't get picked, though.
Was it the real Price is Right?
Well, I mean, it wasn't Drew Carey. It wasn't on TV, but it was like, everybody wears a name tag and they call you and you go up and you play the games.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Did they have the little mountain climber guy?
They had the mountain climber. They had Plinko. They had...
Is Plinko the one where you put in the chip and it like goes down like peg?
Yeah, it's thing? Really hot. This really, really hot girl was a contestant for that. She was like... She said she was there celebrating her 40th birthday with a bunch of college friends. She ended up winning. She got like whatever the big money was on that. Plinko, the Mountain Man guy.
Mountain Man one's the best.
Mountain Man, the golf, the mini golf.
Mini golf?
One.
I like that one. That one's cool.
And there's one more I forgot. And then they did the wheel, and they did the showcase showdown at the end.
I kind of like the one where they have they have all the right numbers and you got to put them in the right order. That one's not bad.
Oh, they had what was it? It was like oh, they had where you put like the price. They had like 4 things and you put the price on them and then you go pull the lever and it tells you how many you got right.
Right. Okay.
That one, and then they had one with like it would show the prize and it would have like 5 and 0 and you could say it's either the first number is 5 or the last number is 0. And like you pick a number and then you win or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was all.
That show's awesome.
Yeah, there was some rowdy Canadians sitting behind me. There was like a whole row. It was like 18 people. They all had these shirts on that said like Canadians know the price or something like that. And they were like so stereotypical Canadian. They were like, oh, I don't know what this is all about, and like, hey, we gotta get some beer, eh? Hey, let's go get some beer, eh?
Nice.
Like every stereotypical thing. Then they started talking about hockey, and
of course.
So I started messing with them. I was like, yeah, they were trashed, and like there was like this corny like announcer, and the host was like cheesy, and I was like, you guys definitely need beer for this. I can't sit here and heckle this sober. And then the lady next to me was like, oh, you guys know it's American dollars and not Canadian dollars? They were like, oh, that's all right. We'll figure it out. But none of them got picked either, so.
Was it, who were those 2 guys that were from Canada that they had that TV show? You know what I'm talking about?
Rick Moranis, that guy? And
I think it was Rick Moranis.
Bob and Tom? Isn't that Bob and Tom?
Yes, Bob and Tom. Bob and Tom.
It sounded like them.
I miss Bob and Tom. I miss Rick Moranis.
I know.
He hasn't done shit.
Well, he did like 8,000 Honey, I Had Sex with a Baby or whatever those movies were.
Honey, I blew up the dishwasher, and Honey, the dog's dead. And yeah, he got out of control for a while with those.
Well, speaking of people that haven't done shit lately, can Eddie Murphy stop making movies where he plays like 100 people in the movie?
Could he just stop making movies?
Well, that was my next. That was going to be my next request.
He has the same delivery in each one too. Like he's using his Coming to America voice for his new piece of shit thing.
Yeah, and like every movie is like him playing 100 people. Like, why don't you just go back to stand up and do a one man show then?
Yeah, seriously. So Rick Moranis has made like zero movies since 1997, and he's done like four voiceovers in a cartoon.
Oh, he has.
Yeah,
He must have his IMDb page up.
I sure do.
Nice.
There was oh my god, there was more Honey I Shrunk the Kid things than I even thought.
Yeah, they did a bunch of like cable ones.
Honey I Shrunk the Kids. I thought there was Honey I Shrunk the Kids again, but I don't see that on here. Uh, there was Honey I Blew Up the Kid.
Yep.
And then there's one I didn't know about. Honey I Shrunk the Audience.
Yep.
I had no idea about that one. What the fuck is that one?
I don't know.
Okay. And then there was Honey We Blew Up Ourselves. No, Honey We Shrunk Ourselves.
Yep.
That's
All these
ridiculous.
funny people, they just like stop trying and end up doing all this like dopey stuff.
He was on a roll too. Little Shop of Horrors, Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Like Dan Aykroyd, he's kind of the same. He did a lot of funny shit like on Saturday Night Live and the Ghostbusters and
See, he was never funny though. He just surrounds himself with funny people.
yeah. Well, I mean, he wrote a lot of that stuff.
Did he?
I think so.
Huh.
Like he doesn't need to do Blues Brothers with Jim Belushi. I mean, you could just let that go.
Yeah, here's another thing. If a movie is good, you don't have to make another one. Just have it be a good movie.
Mhm.
I mean, you could do that. It's possible. All right, I take it.
And if a movie is good and somebody in it dies, you don't have to get their brother to do it.
Yeah, seriously. Just because you're related doesn't mean that your sibling is just as talented as you.
Right.
Okay, I take it back. Dan Aykroyd did write part of Ghostbusters and Spies Like Us.
Yeah. I thought he wrote some of that.
The original Blues Brothers. Okay. Well, he's
You want
not
to
as...
check out a resume? Check out Harold Ramis.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know that guy is... That guy does a lot of shit.
Yeah.
That guy is still making movies. I know he's
Yeah.
right. He's mainly a writer, actually.
He directs some too.
That's cool. He wrote Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
I know.
I'm not I gotta watch Caddyshack again. Everyone says that's good.
Yeah, it's all right.
I don't get it. Seems like kind of I don't
Wrote
know.
Stripes too, didn't he? Did he write Stripes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Meatballs, Animal House, basically all the '80s classic ones.
Yeah.
Meatballs 3. Apparently, he wrote Meatballs 1 and then Meatballs 3. I guess he didn't like Meatballs 2.
Probably from money.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm not a big Rodney Dangerfield fan, so maybe that's why Caddyshack didn't do it for me.
Yeah, he's all right. I like him. Small doses.
I think the worst movie ever came out this week.
What's that? Oh,
I don't-
Wanted?
Yes, Wanted. I don't understand anybody who goes to see that movie. It can't possibly be good.
Well, they
There's
go
a
to see-
0% chance of that being even tolerable.
See Angelina Jolie's in it. She's so hot.
First of all, she's not hot.
No, she's not.
Second of all, the guy is supposed to wiggle a gun and it curves a bullet. Drop dead. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. I don't know. I think that was based on a comic book, and that's barely plausible in a comic book. In a live action movie, that's just like the worst thing ever.
Right.
I don't know. Don't go see that movie. Spare yourself. Everyone's gonna go see it and then tell me how bad it is, and
Yeah.
I just don't want to hear it. Like, it's gonna be bad, And if you see it, you deserve it. You're an idiot. So I'm done. Uh, today is the second, which means voting got reset on Podcast Alley. There's a vote link right on the front page of BrinkAsanityShow.com. So please give us a vote, or as many votes as you can. I would like to get into the top 10 in comedy this month. We finished 11th last month, so we're close.
We're getting there. We're almost over the hump.
It seems like there is a lot of voting going on this month, though, so it's going to take more votes than last month to get into the top 10. So, I don't know, send us your votes. That would be great.
Yes.
Click on the front page of the forum. There's an ad. Just click on it, and that's it. That's all you need to do. We get money for that. And then we can buy new equipment. And then
I got to click on that.
You don't do shit, Bri.
I clicked on that other one like 100 times, but...
You didn't do the dig thing. Friggin' ridiculous. You could go to dig and give us a thumbs up. That helps too. And then, join the forums. Join all the fun.
Post away and tell me how lame you think I am for my Vegas stories.
Yeah, I want to hear some feedback on that. That was pretty anticlimactic.
I purposely didn't say anything so that way they would blow the forums up, and then maybe in like 2 weeks I will divulge the real Vegas weekend.
Which will be exactly what you said today.
Maybe not.
All right. So yeah, go to the forums, brinkofsanityshow.com/forum. I think it's forum without an S, right? Just forum.
Just go to Brink of Sanity, and then you can click on the forum button.
That's true. brinkofsanityshow.com. Everything's there. You could subscribe through iTunes on there. Then you don't have to worry about downloading each one. If you missed one, there's a show archive page, or you could get them on the forums. You could also check out Iceman's awesome application to win $1 million. Just posted about an hour ago. And a whole bunch of other shit. See stories about snakes in people's yards and...
Whether or not I should shave my beard. I'm still debating about shaving my beard, even though Vegas is done. So if you want to get that going again, you can.
Are we getting Vegas pictures?
I didn't really have any. I just took pictures of like buildings. So that,
Jesus Christ, man, you're killing me.
Yeah.
I'm going to Maine next weekend. I'll have some Maine pictures.
All right. Make sure you leave a voicemail.
There's a group of 50 of us. We're all canoeing and camping out. I'll leave a voicemail, but, I don't know. Nobody wants to hear about a trip to Maine. It's not quite as exciting.
That's all on what you make of it.
That's true. I'll get drunk and leave a voicemail.
I have the number in my phone now, so if I get randomly drunk at any time, I can...
How'd you get the extension on there? Because there's an extension, too.
Hit pause. When you program it in, there's a button. You could insert a pause. Just type in the number, insert pause, and then type the code. And you dial, and it just gets right to it, yeah.
Interesting.
It just goes right to your little introduction.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and if anybody else wants to leave us a voicemail, they can do so. Just go to the front page. There's a contact link. It's got all our emails, our voicemail, a whole bunch of other shit.
Mm-hmm.
I know people are going to our site. They're just not, doing any of this.
Not signing up.
Not signing up, not clicking, not voting. But I know you're listening, so I guess thanks for listening.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it for this week.
Come out of hiding, you strangers.
You creepy lurkers. Show yourselves. I ordered the computer. I think I mentioned that. Did I mention that on the show, or was that pre-show?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So as soon as I get that delivered and hooked up, we will have video podcasts. Then you could look at our fat, scruffy faces, and I don't know why you'd want to, but you will have that option. We'll post on the forums, when we're going live. we'll give a day or two's notice, and where you can look at it. We'll probably be on Stickem.com and all that good stuff. So that probably won't be next week. That'll probably be the week after. Good.
All right.
Got anything else?
No, I think that's all. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Make sure you drink and drive so that way you get into a car accident and die.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you somehow pull through, download the show.
Exactly. We don't want to lose any fans, but we want to lose a lot of non-fans.
Right. If you know somebody who doesn't listen to the show, then make sure you give them car keys and a bottle of liquor.
Yes.
And if you listen to the show, stay safe and tell your friends, the ones who aren't planning on.
Celebrate the 30-day countdown until I turn 30.
And 24 for me.
Yeah.
Crazy. I don't think I'm happy about that.
No.
Maybe we should do live podcasts for our birthdays.
What day of the week is yours?
I think mine is a Saturday or Friday. Friday or Saturday. Oh, I got the Extreme concert on your birthday.
Oh, that's right.
The one that nobody's going to go with me to. Guys, it's Extreme. The original lineup. Friggin' awesome. Oh, well.
I don't think you're selling anybody with that one.
I'll have fun anyway.
That's all that matters.
Yep. Okay, so that's it. We'll be back next week with more shit.
Adios.